Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
We have got Brett and Kate Ryan from Focus on the Family, and there's so many things to talk about. But guys, let's zero in on marriage today. What have you got for us in this area of marriage?
Well, there's a recent study that actually said that 80% of couples argue over the chores. And so I thought we'd talk about marriage and chores today because obviously, you know, people don't like doing it. And then there's the family of origin that affects it, how, you know, what your parents did. And then you assume that that's what the other person does. And they may not do it to your standard. And for those type A personalities, it may be very difficult because it may not be as good as you could do it or as fast or as efficient. So talking about chores doesn't have to be a chore. It can actually be something that you can actually strengthen your relationship.
Well, hang on. You said people don't like doing chores. Are you saying men don't like doing chores? Is it mainly the guys that aren't stepping up and doing the chores?
It actually doesn't matter. And it also, look, the busyness of life now, because of the high cost of living, where often both people in the relationship are now working. Before, you know, let's just say, you know, somebody might have been working part-time and then home part-time. Now they're working full-time, whereas they might have done things prior, you know, more than the other person just because they were at home. To shift. Mindset shift needs to come with that because it needs to be a team effort. If both are out working, when both come home, then they've got to share what's on the table.
Yeah.
I think that's really good because honestly, that happened in our world. There was a time when I was home with the kids for a number of years, full time with them, and you just did everything. And Murray was off at working, very traditional. And then there came a point where we needed to, but it was also a good time for me to be able to go back to work. And I remember that moment, Kate, where I actually sat down. I realised, why am I so exhausted? It's because I'm doing now a full-time home job and then I'm also doing these other jobs. And I sat down with a list and I actually wrote out every single job that had to be done for our household to operate. And I put in tick boxes next to it who was doing the job. And I included the kids, I included Murray and myself. And then I realised I think I'd got to 49 tasks, you know, putting out the bin, everything that has to be done, cleaning this, cleaning that, doing the shopping, whatever. And I ticked me for every task except for one. Murray put the bins out. And at that point I was like, oh, wow, this is why I'm exhausted. Yeah. We had a family meeting and it was beautiful because everyone jumped on board. Oh, that's okay. Now, yes, we want to release you, Mum. We need you to work that. What can we do? It changed the dynamic in the home.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And just because you can doesn't mean you should. And unfortunately, people just take advantage of it. Or alternatively, there was another part of that study that said 67% of people intentionally do a bad job because they think they're going to get out of it.
Intentional incompetence. Wow. That is very smart.
I say that is that the idea of a relationship, it's only going to be successful if everyone puts in the equal amount of effort. But it doesn't have to be, 50-50. It could be depending on circumstances and depends on their passion and skills. Kate manages our finances. I'm not skilled in that area, and that may be contrary to other people. I do the lawns. She doesn't do the lawns. I do the vacuuming. I do probably most of the cooking in our family. We all have different skills, and so we actually go towards our strengths, but we do it together. And I know I've said this before, together, everyone achieves more. TEAM, we work together as a team.
And I think one thing, I've got actually a couple of questions to pose to the listeners because we have to get down to the tin tacks if we're resisting serving. And so it's, what is our attitude? What is our heart posture? And are we entitled and think that people should be serving us? Because if we're in that kind of position, our heart's not quite right and our children are watching.
Yeah.
And our servant heart, our willingness to go above and beyond for the people in our home, etc., it's about serving God. Okay, so it's for the audience of one. And Colossians 3:23-24, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Jesus Christ.
Beautiful.
So I love, Val, that you had a family conference to get everyone to work together as a family.
Yeah, it worked really well. We encourage you, if you're listening along, you want to find out more, there's some great resources at families.org.au.
Yeah, and you'll find lots of great stuff there from Brett and Kate Ryan from Focus on the Family. Such a helpful little conversation today, marriage and chores. And who would have believed more than 60% of people not doing the chores properly just to get out of them?
That is smart people out there. Oh, Brett and Kate, thank you so much for zooming in with us this morning.
You're welcome. And if anyone would like to continue investing in their relationship, we've got our Journey to Us marriage retreat. We've got one place left in our marriage retreat for May, and then it's open for September. So think about what you could do to invest in your relationship. You can go to our website at families.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.